Online reputation management, how to remove bad content or harmful content that's on the internet.
I don't want it being displayed to anyone. What's the best way that we can get that removed? The best time to start the actual positive stuff is right now.
Online reputation management. Today I'm joined with Kasra, and today's topic is how to remove bad content or harmful content that's on the internet.
Yeah, so this is a commonly asked question that we get constantly of like, I've got this piece of content, I don't want it being displayed to anyone. What's the best way that we can get that removed? So there's a couple rules of thumb that you should always be following. One of which is, have you tried to reach out to the person that's actually published that article? Now, there's some brilliant tools out there like hunter.io where you can put in any domain name and it will give you a list of all of the associated journalists or all of the associated emails to that actual domain name. So let's say it's john@xyz.com. You can then send an email to John saying, like, asking him to actually remove that content. Within that email, I would always recommend putting in stuff like, hey, this is going to stop me from getting jobs, for example, how it's actually affecting your life, because then in some cases, or we've got a much higher success rate of getting content removed from that. There's also DMCA takedowns that you can also do as well, especially if the content or the image isn't actually owned by the journalist. If it's not actually owned by the journalist, you can basically do a DMCA takedown, and DMCA will take that page down for you. It's not always the 100% success rate with some of these stuff, so I'm sure James will actually expand on this, but in some cases what you might want to do is actually outrank the negative stuff with more positive stuff about you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously you can put positive sentiment type articles or images out there, which hopefully sinks then the bad content or the harmful content that's on page 1 of Google. Hopefully it goes on to page 2. And obviously there's a classic saying, the best place to hide a dead body is on page 2 of Google because nobody looks there. But also, you've got to remember as well with regards to online reputation management, there's quite a lot of the best companies that are doing different ORM services. And normally they've got solicitors or lawyers or attorneys on their like payroll where they'll go and check the articles. And if there's something on there that's slightly misinformation, they could go and send a legal letter as well. So this is why I would say sometimes trying to do it yourself can be tough because you don't know exactly what to write on the emails. Where if you can get something, you can find something in the article that basically says you need to take this down because it's slander. That is another reason how you can take certain bits down. But then, yeah, obviously, a lot of the best ORM agencies in the world, what they'll do on top of trying to remove and get rid and delete the content, they will be sinking it down if they can onto page 2 or page 3 with positive sentiment articles. So with regards to online reputation management, like what have you over the years learned quite a bit about, Kasra, with regards to obviously the removal of content and stuff?
So there's obviously two aspects to this. There's obviously like ORM for businesses, and then there's personal ORM as well. So somebody might have potentially went to jail for a couple of years. They might have like a couple mugshots and stuff like that. On the personal side, I would make certain that my personal Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, like just all the social profiles, they've got images of me. They are active, because the more active you are, the more likely Google's going to index those social profiles, and it's also going to rank your own images above like an article that was published 6 months about you. So if you can make certain that you've first of all got all of your social profiles, second of all you've got like a personal website, stuff like that will obviously help outrank like any negative press about you. On to the actual business side, making certain that, like, for example, you've got a load of social or profile accounts for your actual business. There's like a lot of directories that your business can actually get mentioned on. Making certain that like any negative reviews, you're kind of like replying back to them with something positive, like, hey, sorry that you've had such a bad experience. Is there anything that we can do to resolve this? Because then at least potential customers will look at negative reviews of your company and then think, actually, do you know what? They have tried to go out their way and fix the issue. They've not just kind of left that customer with a 1-star review.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, on that then, when you're looking at let's say online reputation management for businesses, right? Or like you said, online reputation management for individuals. Do you think that all businesses or entrepreneurs or business owners should take a proactive approach to ORM and be doing it now prior to any bad publicity that might be out there? Or obviously we see a lot of people being reactive, but do you think that people should be doing proactive online reputation management?
Yeah, definitely. Like the more positive, like let's say for example, in 2 years' time, there's some negative press about me. Maybe I try and run for UK Prime Minister, right? The best time to start the actual positive stuff is right now, because you're almost kind of building a moat around your name. It's going to become a lot harder for somebody to come along and just upload a couple bad negative things about you. A lot of entrepreneurs that we deal with, they are active within the actual business, but they're not actually active on their social profiles. So they might have like 1 or 2 articles that mention their name, that might be like on the About Us page of their company, and they might have like a Facebook account or a LinkedIn or something, but they've not got anything else mentioning them. So if you can get like, I don't know, 15, 20, 100 articles mentioning your name, maybe some awards you've won, maybe some achievements you've done, it's then going to become a lot harder for somebody to come and sabotage your name or your brand.
Yeah, for sure. So if anyone who's watching this is looking for proactive online reputation management, or there is something online where you want to actually remove certain mugshots or images, or it could be even like the auto suggest in Google, you want to try and get that sunk down further with positive sentiment, get in touch with fatrank.com, fill in the form. We can do a full analysis and check how you look online, how your personal branding looks for individuals, or how your corporate branding look for businesses. We do a lot of different online reputation management services, so make sure you get in touch today.